We are here today to show solidarity and support for the wage theft ordinance because, as Dr. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Wage theft is not new. In fact, it has been around as long as there has been an agreement to exchange wages for services.
Wage theft is not only a violation of the law, it is a violation of basic decency, basic justice, and most importantly, basic humanity.
Every time a worker's wages are stolen, it's an injustice. It's an injustice to their families who depend on the wages to survive. It's an injustice to their communities because they have less money to circulate in the local community. It's an injustice to the entire city and state because wage theft shrinks the tax base.
We need to do what's right as community leaders. Everybody here owes it to their communities to do what's right. We need to safeguard our local workforce. We need to safeguard our communities. We need to make sure that our first responders, our schools, our courthouses, our highways, our infrastructures stays on the up and up. And we need that tax revenue to come in.
The stories we hear over and over. I did the work, but I never got paid. I worked 40 hours. I worked over 40 hours, but never got paid overtime. I worked 60 hours, but only got paid for 40 of them. I am expected to work through rest breaks, expected to work through lunch. I am paid cash under the table, so there are no taxes, no workers' comp, no unemployment.
The effect of these crimes is not theoretical, but a true detriment to the livelihood of our fellow citizens. Every dollar stolen is a resource taken from workers and their families. It means less food on the table to feed hungry children and less heat in the home to keep winter's wrath at bay.
If we made a mistake or something was wrong on the job, we would have to fix it off the clock. So we would be working an extra half day sometimes, fixing things without being paid. Overtime was not something we'd ever heard of. I was working 60 hours a week all the time, never saw an hour of overtime. I was told if I didn't work the 60-hour weeks, I would be cut to 20 hours a week. At one point, I broke my hand and was unable to work for almost a month. 6 weeks, was not able to pick anything up. No workman's compensation. I was out of luck as far as getting paid in any way, shape, or form for those weeks because I could not work.
Even where there are unions involved, employer payroll systems can force workers, many of whom live paycheck to paycheck, to have to wait weeks or even months to receive their lawfully entitled pay. Obviously, most people can't afford to float large interest-free loans to survive like big companies can. I'd argue most of us in this room can't do that. But at least our members have a union as a recourse. The majority of Denver's workforce doesn't.